This might be one of the most emotional zombie movies I've ever seen. I almost got a little teary. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, it's Jason from EskimoTV.net, your local high school educator and Tomato Meter approved film critic. Today I'm reviewing 28 Years Later, the latest entry in the 28 Days Later universe. This third installment reunites director Danny Boyle, writer Alex Garland, and cinematographer Anthony Dodd Mantle, all of whom helped launch the franchise over 20 years ago. This time they deliver a story that's just as artistic and bold, but much more emotionally driven. This installment in the franchise feels less like a Hollywood sequel and more like an emotionally raw, artistic indie horror film, despite being released by Columbia Pictures. The film centers on young Spike, who's played by Alfie Williams, who carries the emotional weight of the movie. In the first half, he learns to survive on the mainland with his father, Jamie, who's played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. In the second half of the movie, he journeys with his memory-impaired mother, Isla, played by Jodie Comer, trying desperately to find her help. Her heartbreaking condition adds a layer of tension and emotion to the journey. Ralph Fiennes appears as Dr. Kelson, a survivor who delivers a powerful monologue about morality that, while polarizing, struck a personal chord with me. What stood out to me most is that this isn't just about survival, it's about identity, grief, and a broken family. Alfie Williams carries the film with a performance that's honest and heartbreaking. He's in nearly every scene, and you truly feel the emotional weight through his eyes. One of the most heartbreaking scenes happens when Spike sees his father with another woman. It's subtle, not over-explained, but the look on Spike's face says it all. It's not just about survival anymore. It's about trust, betrayal, and watching your parents become strangers when one of them becomes delusionally sick. That moment really stayed with me. Some may defend the dad's actions by arguing that his wife is essentially gone, trapped in delusion. The story raises the difficult question of whether it is morally acceptable if one should feel guilt to move on when a loved one is in the final stages of life and they're unable to fully connect. The film is ambitious and deeply engaging from start to finish. Its editing by John Harris is intentionally jagged and cutty, echoing the aesthetics of the original film, paired with haunting music by Young Fathers and visceral action sequences such as stylized arrow attacks and a few freeze-frame kill shots. It creates a sensory experience that is both artful and brutal. However, certain creative choices may divide audiences. Young Spike's decision to return to the mainland after witnessing trauma could be seen as implausible, and the ending definitely going to be controversial. I won't spoil it, but you'll probably want to talk about it after. Almost the entire theater stayed through the credits talking about it. My friends and I were a part of that, and while I approved of the ending, they felt it went a bit off the deep end. I can see this being a movie that critics appreciate, but audiences might be more divided, especially because of how it concludes. Boyle and Garland don't shy away from exploring deep existential ideas either. A monologue from a doctor played by Ralph Fiennes near the end touches how we approach death and closure, and while some might find the scene a bit out there, I found it bold, emotional, and thought-provoking. It's the kind of risk that elevates the film above standard horror fare. It's also worth noting, the film walks a fine line with its depiction of violence and our young actor. This film may not sit well with those that feel it is a bit gratuitous having to see a young child witness and engage in gory combat throughout most of the runtime. Additionally, the infected are shown in full nudity, which raises questions about what the young lead actor may have been exposed to during filming, something I hope was handled with utmost care. I hope he didn't have to look at these exposed adults. At its heart, 28 Years Later explores how we survive physically, emotionally, spiritually, when everything else is stripped away. It's about family, memory loss, and the choices we make when death is near. I appreciated its risk-taking nature and evocative visuals. It won't be for everyone, but for fans of the franchise and daring cinema, this is a worthwhile watch. And I'll be giving this film a B+. Why a B+, why not an A? It's not what the film did wrong, it's what it didn't do. I try to save my A range grades for movies that absolutely blow me away, films I can't wait to rewatch or show someone immediately just to see their reaction. 28 years later it came close, but it didn't quite cross that line. Still, it's visually stunning, emotionally rich, and definitely worth your time. And that'll do it for my review of 28 Years Later. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. You can also consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in your feed. And until next time, this is Jason Escamilla from EskimoTV.net.